Hey, this is Jerome with Asteroom. We just arrived at the house that we'll be taking a 3D tour of. And one of the first things that we want to do after we've set up our 3D tour kit is take 3 street views of the house. Similar to a Google Street View. So what we're going to do is go on the street, take one to the right of the house, take one directly in the center, and then take another one directly to the left of the house. And the important thing about that is for the appraiser to get an understanding of what the neighborhood is like. So be sure to extend all 3 legs of the tripod, but do nothing to the neck. And the reason for that is that we want to have consistent, accurate measurements for when we go inside the house to get the GLA or the gross living area. All right, so for our first photograph, you're gonna go in the middle of the street, but safety first. Make sure to look both directions and make sure that there are no cars headed in either direction. We do recommend that you take 3 photos, but if you're on a busy street, use your common sense, safety first. So if you can't go in the middle of the street and take these, then it's okay to take it closer to the sidewalk. Great, now that we've taken our 3 street view photos, what we want to do is take the exterior of the house. Not just the front, but all faces of the exterior. This one happens to be a square-shaped house, so that's going to be 4 faces. But for example, if you have an L-shaped house, you're going to want to take a photo of the exterior of each face, so that would be a total of 6. Let's go. Okay, I just finished taking a side of the house, and I'm here at the backyard. And as you can see, we do have a slight L shape, so I need to assess and pick a spot which would show the best place for the appraiser, and looks like it would be right about here. This is the last shot of the house. It's not as wide as the other one, but if you can't go in, what you can do is just put it down where the appraiser will get a good sense of what the side looks like. All right, now I've just entered the house. One of the first things that you want to do is just take a look around. So what I typically do is turn on all the lights, open up all the blinds, but while I'm doing that, coming up with the game plan and strategy to make sure that I capture this place most effectively. The last thing that you want to do is miss a room and have to come back and disturb any of the tenants or owners of the house. My preference when I go around a house, I like to go counterclockwise, and I want to make sure that I open up all the doors. This one happens to be the garage, so I'm going to leave this one open so I don't forget to take this room. All right, continuing with my inspection. All right, we have here a closet, so I'm going to keep that door closed. So I open up this door and realize that it's a bedroom. I'm going to take a look at the closet. If it's a small size closet, I can shut it. But if this were a walk-in closet, I'll leave it open because I want to take an image of that space. Now that I've walked around the house, turned on all the lights, and opened up all the curtains and blinds, what I want to talk to you is about open spaces. So think of these open spaces as Lego blocks. It could come in squares, it could come in rectangular shapes, and they come in different sizes. Think of them as either 200 square foot Lego blocks up to 500 square foot Lego blocks. So here in the living room, I'm gonna consider this as a 500 square foot Lego block. And here in the dining room, you have roughly about a 300 square foot Lego block. And directly to my left, you have the kitchen, which is about a 200 square foot Lego block. And then followed by the sunroom, where we probably have a 400 square foot Lego block. So now we're in the living room, and think of it as us being in the center of the Lego block. There's no furniture, so this will be an easy shot. What we'll do is place our tripod in the center of the living room and take our shot. All right, moving on from the living room Lego block to our dining room Lego block. Nothing's obstructing the center of the room. We'll put our tripod in the center and take a shot. And adjacent to the dining room, we have the kitchen. Always remember to take the kitchen. It's one of the most important features of the house. And there may be situations where The kitchen may be an L shape. In that case, don't be afraid to take 2 or even 3 photos. Now I'm here in the sunroom and we have some furniture obstructing the center of it. I don't want to place a tripod directly in the center too close to any furniture, but I think from here, the appraiser will have a sense of what the room looks like because we're able to see the other walls. But in case, let's just say that this furniture was tall, then what you want to do is kind of visualize it and take 2 shots, dividing them up into like 2 Lego blocks. So in the case of the furniture being too tall, I would take one in this spot and take one in the other. In this case, it's low enough, so we'll get by with just 1 shot. All right, so in this bedroom, we have a piece of furniture that's higher than the camera, so this will definitely obstruct the view of the appraiser. And what we're gonna do is take 2 photographs, one here, and then another one on this side, so the appraiser can see this side of the furniture. All right, so now we're in the bathroom. What we wanna do, if there are any shower curtains, open it up for the appraiser to see any of the amenities, and also give a true sense of what the square footage is in the bathroom. All right, so here's an example of a very small bathroom. The bathrooms, I can't stress enough how important that is for the appraisers because it does determine the value of the home. In this case, the bathroom's a little small, so even if the tripod can't fit in its entirety, try to fit it in as much as you can just to capture whatever you can of the bathroom. Great, and now hallways. What we want to do is just take 1 shot of this hallway, but in the scenario of an L-shaped hallway, we'd want to take 2 shots, just so the appraiser can see a shot of each leg. After you take a photo, just take a look at the quality of the photo. Simply swipe to the left or right, pan around it, and make sure there's no blurriness. And if you've caught yourself in a mirror, it's okay. It's not being used for marketing purposes. Again, this is for the appraiser, just to see the quality of the home and to get a general sense of the size of the home. Okay, things to remember, things that we don't want to do. We don't ever want to place the tripod on top of furniture. The reason is the gross living area is calculated by the height of our lens. And that has to remain constant. If we put it on top of a piece of furniture, that obviously adjusts the height and we're not going to get an accurate reading of the size of the room. Now that I've completed shooting the house, what I want to do is walk around just to make sure that the quality is good and that I haven't missed any rooms. The last thing I want to do is have to come back to this house. So upon that, what I want to do is upload all of our photos onto a tour. Then transfer the project onto appraisal.asteroom.com, and now your assignment is complete.